guys, Zach here with another Planet Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2v2 match on the map Hamburger Hill. I'm starting in the top right position playing as the Soviets. So for those of you who don't know this map, there's sort of like a lake in the middle of the map and there's lots of different positions. Some positions are quite uneven on this map. You've got some positions where people start with a patch of gems, and you've got other positions where people just have gems and ore. And this is one of the positions where I just have gems and ore. The good thing about this position though is it's a little bit out of the way, so I may be away from the fighting early on. So it's probably good in terms of strategic position, not so good though in terms of resources, because I've got this patch near me which you can see, and then I sort of have to expand to the next patch. I'm also going to build that ore silo straight away, and while expanding in the other direction, you can see those infantry there. One of them's just going up to that other ore patch which I'm going to need to expand to early on, so that I don't run out of ore on that main patch. And Cyan is there, spacing his infantry out, just making sure I don't get any scouts through. And probably the positions I need to watch out for early on is probably going to be the bottom right and also the position in the middle, which I can't see if there's a player there yet. And I'm now going to be building 2 ore factories, and I'm going to build 2 ore trucks to make sure I don't run out of ore. And you can see me, I'm just microing a bit with that ore truck and making sure it collects gems. Now my teammate is in a pretty bad position, and Yellow is attacking his construction yard and it doesn't look like he has enough to defend. We'll have to wait to see if he can come from that. I'm just having a big quick check of my base, and nothing is going on there. Unfortunately I can't help him at the moment because I just don't have anything to do that. It's sort of like an infantry rush, and actually we can see he's managed to squash those infantry with one of his ore trucks, it looks like. So he's managed to survive for the time being. But this puts he's in a tricky position because he's in the middle space on the left of the map. And the problem with being in the middle space is you can get attacked from the team below, and you can also get attacked from the team above. And he's also at the other side of the map to me, which also makes it hard because what that means is I can't go and help him really too much without... what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do an attack across the top and attack the team at the top, and I'm going to hope there's 2 different teams at the bottom of the map and that they'll have to fight early on. But now Orange coming up with those light tanks. What I can see is though I can see a Tesla from Yellow, and that's a bit of a problem because Tesla are very strong against light tanks. However, they are not as strong against heavy tanks, which I'm going to be trying to bring in. So now we're going to go in, and what we can do is we can also wait at the on the ore patch as well, but we're going to go in because oranges at the moment, and now we're going to do some damage to those tanks. We've just taken out some of those tanks, and the question is, do we go for the ore trucks or what's the priority here? The construction yard is going down, and now there's a Tesla coil that's being put back up. Any buildings we destroy now though, he won't be able to build anymore. And now we're taking out that ore refinery. If we take out another ore refinery, he's not going to be able to build any more tanks. And we can see that Yellow looks like he's going to be sort of a bit out of the game. But we can see that Red is coming from the bottom here, and that's the problem about being in that middle position. You attack one player, you can get attacked by the other player, and Red has taken that opportunity to launch an attack on my teammate. And that's sort of a little bit of a big problem for us. So Orange is coming in, I'm in the fight already, and he has lost his construction yard. He just still has a war factory though, so he is going to be able to build some tanks still, and he's got an ore refinery, so he's still collecting ore. And now we're going on for the attack on Red's base. And with us together, working together, hopefully we'll be able to do some damage here, because obviously Red hasn't, I don't think he's been in a fight yet, so he's got quite a few tanks initially, but we seem to be pushing back, and we seem to be getting the upper hand here. And the thing is, we want to be getting into those buildings and being able to do some damage. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to attack from a different position as my teammate, because it's a much harder for if there's two groups of tanks attacking at different locations rather than dealing with one big group. And what I'm doing is I'm just pushing downwards and I'm looking for that construction yard, which I found, and we're going to do some damage to that. And we've taken out that construction yard, and what we'll do is we'll have a look at some of the other buildings we can take out. But we can see that Cyan and Red are both here now, and fighting them both is going to be very, very tricky. And I think Orange is in trouble. He's out now, and I think that's probably due to Yellow, actually, that managed to take out his base. You can see the yellow tanks there. And also Yellow's teammate has been taken out. So now it looks like I'm left on my own. And we've got Cyan and Red. However, I probably do have the tank numbers, and we have managed to destroy some of Red's buildings. So he won't be able to build. Hopefully we've also reduced his power as well. And you can see Yellow there just with a few buildings left. But he had some tanks which were able to defeat used to damage my teammate, and we can see that Cyan and Red they look like they're going up to Yellow's base right at this moment. But Cyan now coming for my base. He's got two heavy. He had 2 tanks there, but he's got more than that. They look to be coming up, and I've just built an extra war factory just so I can build more tanks. And we'll have to see where does he decide to attack. And I think he's just getting more vision so he can see my base a little bit better. But it looks right now like he's going for that radar dome, which I'm not too worried about. Actually, the war factory is more important because the radar dome doesn't cost as much to replace. But that war factory looks like it's possibly in trouble because he's got heavy tanks which do a lot of damage, and it does go down. At least I've still got a couple of war factories left, so that's not going to damage my base building speed too much. But we can see that Red is coming through the bottom of my base, and we'll have to see what he decides to go for. It looks like he's going for the ore refinery first. What I'm trying to do at the moment though is build a Tesla coil, because that'll just provide me a little bit of defense, because tanks and Tesla coils do work well together. And I'll sort of put it back in that middle position just so it's protecting my war factory and also my construction yard at the same time. And when it's back a little bit, you can see like Cyan's brought those heavy tanks in, but because that Tesla coil's a bit of a way back, it means that it doesn't get attacked immediately, and it's providing a good bit of defence. And at the moment my construction yard is in trouble, but it does look like it's going to survive. And now Red is going for my ore trucks, it looks like. And I'm just making sure I've got plenty of power in my base. And I'm just building another Tesla coil really, because I need to have as many Tesla as I can. Just create a bit of a stronghold. That's what my plan is at the moment, because the biggest danger for me is the other team being able to destroy buildings. But once you've got a few Teslas spread around and you've got tanks helping as well, and there you can see Red coming into the bottom of my base, and this could be trouble because I sort of need that Tesla, like tanks to help that Tesla. And because the problem with Tesla is it's got very low HP. It's got very few hit points, so if you don't have like anything defending it, it goes down quite easily. I'm also going to be rebuilding my radar dome now, just to get a bit of map visibility. And we're in a fight with Red, and you can see I've got the better tank numbers, and when I've got the better tank numbers I'm going to get a quite good trade, and it looks like those Red tanks are going down. And I'm just keeping a bit of an eye out on different parts of the map, because when they attack from different directions, that's when I really start to struggle. But Red is on the retreat right at the moment, and now I can get that radar dome up and see what's going on in the different parts of the map. And the main things I need to do is make sure I keep on building those power plants. And we're going for an attack on Cyan. We've got the better tank numbers. Is Red going to come and help though? That might cause a little bit of a problem. And while Red does this, I'm going to be building some more base defences. So we're going for an attack on Cyan's base, and this is just a last attempt really, just to see if we can do anything here. But Red is coming in, and we can see that Cyan does have Tesla coils themselves, and those Tesla coils seem he's building more. He may have multiple MCVs at this point, but Red is on the attack as well. He's helping defend that base, and that's going to be a bit of a problem because Red has a good number of tanks. We'll try to take out that construction yard. We can see, and the war factories as well. We can see that he's got 3 war factories, which is obviously a very large number. And it doesn't look like we have the tanks to do it at the moment, and now we're going to need to pull back, and this puts us in a bit of a bad position because we've lost our tank mass, which was our advantage. And I think Cyan actually sold a war factory there, so I don't know what that was about, but we'll have to wait and see. We also don't know if Cyan has another construction yard. He could have built a service depot, so he might be able to build another construction yard at this point. And there's a couple of rocket troopers there, and we can see indeed he does have another construction yard. So when I lost tanks at his base, it wasn't a very good trade because he still has another construction yard. He's going to be still able to build buildings. Red would have been a better base to attack, but it was harder to get to Red's base because he was on the other side of the map and Cyan could have attacked me in that time. So we can see where this game is going. It's just one of those things with 2v2 matches, 2v2v2 matches. Losing my ally was a big, a big loss there because then it was a 2v1 match. And yeah, there wasn't too much I don't think I could have done there really. So yeah, unfortunate. But that's the way it goes. Thanks for watching. Hope you